Howdy, hi. It is Do Your Job Sports MLB Rundown picks and predictions for Monday, April 7th, 2025. We're looking at the best bets of the day. Let's get into the video. All right, so first things first, we're going to recap the previous day's results. Not the best of days for yours truly. We lost every single one of these losers by a singular run. Existence is pain. So 3-5 on the day, bringing our season record to 47-45. So I'm going to recap these right quick, and we'll get on to the picks for tomorrow. Game number 1, this was the only sweat-free, well, actually, no, Houston was sweat-free. This was one of 2 sweat-free winners of the day, with the Royals minus 105 on the money line and the under of 8.5 runs. Final score here, Kansas City 4, Baltimore 1. Kansas City only scored 4 runs despite having 13 hits. Let me go and see how many guys they left on base. They could have easily hit this over. They just didn't. They left 18 guys on base. Good God. That's a decent amount, but we take it because we had the under. So shout out to Kansas City for getting that one done, both sides of the bets. Then we had the over 8.5 runs in the Houston's and the Twins game. This one went to extra innings. Didn't need the extra innings for the over to hit. Final score 9-7. Shout out to the Astros for coming all the way back. At one point, they were down 7-1, and they won the game. That is the state of Minnesota Twins baseball. They suck. That being said, I think I'm betting them tomorrow, so we'll see. Now, we get on to the losers. I'm about to create a do not bet list for baseball. I told myself I wasn't going to do that just because there's not. You can do it with college basketball, because there's 364 teams that play D1 ball. You can't really do it for baseball, because if you put on 4 teams in the do not bet list, that means you can't bet that many games. And some nights there's not that many games, so you can't really be putting teams in the do not bet list. But damn if the Blue Jays aren't basically on it. We had them plus 110 on the money line. We also had the over 7.5 runs. The Blue Jays, they lose 1-2. Man, do the Blue Jays suck. They're horrible. Their last 3 games, I think they just got swept by the Mets. They scored 3 runs total. 3 total runs in a 3-game series against Mets pitchers that weren't even that good. Like, what are you doing? Genuinely, what are you doing? Blue Jays suck. That is all we have to know. Here we are. We then had the Rays minus 110 on the money line in the over 8.5 runs. They lose the game 3-4. Despite having the same amount of hits as Texas, they just simply couldn't get anyone across. Tampa Bay left a ton of guys on base, 12 guys left on base, most of which were done by the bottom of the lineup. Mangum left 4 guys on base, Walls left 3 guys on base, and then Yandy Diaz leading off, 2 guys on base. So shout out to Tampa Bay. All they had to do was tie the game up, and we would have guaranteed hit the over and maybe hit the money line. But that was no good. And then we had Cleveland. I like them. I like the Guardians. They're my team. You guys know that. But we suck. We are horrible. We are 3-6 on the season now. We lose this game to Los Angeles 6-2. How are you only scoring 2 runs against LA? If you would have told me before tip or before first pitch that Los Angeles was scoring 6 runs this game, I would have put everything I owned on the over. Thankfully, I didn't. I would be homeless. But yeah. 3-5 on the day brings our season record to 47-45. Let's get on to the picks for tomorrow. Game number 1, it is Toronto and Boston. I am fading Toronto for the entirety of the rest of this year. I hate them. Therefore, we are taking the Red Sox minus 130 on the money line. This is probably closest to the biggest amount of juice you're going to see me lay on the money line. I think the most I would lay and feel comfortable putting in it in a video would be minus 140. Anything more than that's kind of pointless to put in a best bets of the day video. Like, yes, obviously the team laying minus 185 is most likely to win the game, but there's no point in you turning in to get minus 185 bets. You're here to get some value. I still think there's value on Red Sox minus 130. Like I said a little earlier, the Blue Jays just scored 3 runs in a 3-game series. These dudes suck. Blue Jays 5-5 on the year. On the mound, they have Jose Barrios with a 0-1 record, 6.75 ERA. Red Sox, Garrett Crochet on the mound, 1-0 with a 1.39 ERA. Red Sox coming off of a doubleheader 2-win day, 5-4 against the Cardinals in the first game, 18-7 against the Cardinals in the second game. They have now won 5 in a row. So shout out to the Red Sox. After having a horrible start to the season, they were able to turn it around. They're actually playing pretty good baseball right now. So Rafael has turned it around. Durand had a really good series. Wilyer Abreu, I don't know how this dude's doing so well. This man is mashing the ball. Trevor Story's playing nice. Their whole team's doing good. So I'm going to take the Red Sox here. Blue Jays suck. Fading them until they prove they can actually score runs. Do not think they're going to be able to do that against Crochet. Give me the Sox. Next game we're taking a look at, it is the Twins and the Royals. I'm taking the Twins plus 105 on the money line over 8.5 runs. Battle of two not very good AL Central teams. Therefore, I'm going to take the team that's plus money and what I think has the better pitcher on the mound. Twins 3-6 on the year. They are rocking out Simeon Woods Richardson, who is 0-0 with a 4.50 ERA. Going up against Michael Lorenzen, who is 0-1 with a 5.06 ERA. Lorenzen's only pitched one game. He went, hold on, let me check how many innings this dude went in his first appearance. 5 innings, gave up 5 hits, 3 earned runs, but he had 3 base on balls. It's not good to walk 3 dudes in your opening game, home or on the road, it doesn't matter. Simeon Woods Richardson, he pitched against the White Sox in his first game. It did get a no decision, but the Twins ended up winning, so they have won with him already on the mound this season. The only slightly concerning thing is the top of the Twins lineup kind of playing like ass. Wallner, 160, horrible. Carlos Correa, probably having the worst start to a season he's ever had, batting just over 100. Byron Buxton, 214, that's not awful. They're really not getting any help from the bottom half of their lineup either. Coming off of a really tough series against Houston, I think getting away from home and away from that atmosphere of just straight L's, probably going to be good. They've already won a series against an AL Central team in the White Sox. I think they can do it here against the Royals. The only dude you got to dodge in the Royals lineup, obviously Bobby Witt, maybe Michael Massey. He's swinging a kind of hot bat. And then you got Salvi Perez sitting there in that 4-hole. So if you can dodge those guys, I think they'll be okay. Give me the Twins plus 105 on the money line and the over 8.5 runs. Next game we're looking at, it is the Cardinals and the Pirates. I'm going to fade the Pirates coming off of a rare home win. Yes, the Cardinals did just play a doubleheader, but in the second game of the doubleheader, they didn't really throw anyone important towards the end of the game. They kept in their bullpen guys, so maybe they could throw them in this one. So therefore, I think they're going to be able to get it done. They have the better bats. They don't have, I think both these pitchers aren't very good. But I think minus 120 is a decent price on a Monday night game. Kind of a weird one. Don't think it's going to be too crowded. Give me the Cards and the over. Cardinals 4-4 on the year. Rocking out Matthew Liberatore. 0-0, 4.5 ERA. Pirates, Cameron Muladinsky. 0-1 with a 9.82 ERA. He got lit up by the Tampa Bay Rays, going 3 innings, giving up 7 hits, 4 earned runs, and 2 walks. That is just atrocious numbers. If we're going to look at lineups here, it is not even close as to who has the better lineup. It is the Cardinals. You got to deal with the Nootbaar, Donovan, Arenado, Burleson, Walker, and Pagas. And then Victor Stott. He's even batting 308. There is not a single dude in this this Pirates lineup that I am concerned with that is not named O'Neal Cruz. Everyone else I don't think is very good. Andrew McCutchen, he might be batting 375, but he's probably not even going to be in the starting lineup, to be honest with you. He's not that hot. Brian Hayes, 258, maybe a little bit of concern, but then you also have to throw in the fact that the Pirates have the worst bullpen in the MLB currently. They can't do anything. They're coming off of a rare win. Don't think they're going to be able to get 2 in a row at home, so I will take the Cardinals, minus 120. And just in case this is a scoring fest, give me the over, 8.5 runs, with 2 bad pitchers on the mound. Final game here, we are looking at the Orioles and the Diamondbacks. I'm going to take the Diamondbacks minus 125 on the money line. This is a weird day where I'm taking a lot of teams minus 120 to 130 range, but I just don't think there's any value on the Orioles here. Both of these teams are on travel spots. Baltimore just played in Kansas City where they lost that series. Arizona just lost a road series to the Nationals. They come back home. Zach Gallen always good at home. I don't think they're losing this game. Get some revamped energy back in the team. Minus 125 is a decent price, and I'll also take the over as the Diamondbacks normally hit a lot better at home. Orioles, they got Gunnar Henderson back in the lineup. What if I told you he was 1 for 11 and I think 1 for 10-ish in his first 10 at-bats? Not swinging a hot bat right now. The bottom half of this Orioles lineup is not good. You have Ramon Laureano batting 167. You have Kjerstad batting 300, which is decent. Sanchez at 100 is not anything concerning. They just haven't been putting up runs. They are coming directly off of scoring 1 run against the Royals, and then their other loss in that series, they scored 2 runs. The Diamondbacks coming off of a 4-5 loss to the Nationals. In the game before that, they lost 4-3. Their last home series, they played against the Cubs. They put up 6 runs, 8 runs, 3 runs, and 10 runs. Wasn't too impressed by Zach Eflin in either of his previous 2 starts. And like I said, Zach Gallen, really good at home pitching for these D-backs. Get him away from the field, he's not the best, but at home I think he's solid. Minus 125 is a fair price. I like almost every single dude in this D-backs lineup. So yeah, give me the Diamondbacks, give me the over, and that's going to do it for me in this video. Hopefully we don't lose a bunch of bets by 1 run today. I appreciate you watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.